Okay, everyone, thank you for joining us today for day 5 of our virtual campaign kickoff. I'd like to welcome our panelists today. We have the wonderful Wenger crew with us. And for those who have been with us this week, you know that Wenger Corporation is our corporate campaign leader this year, and we couldn't be prouder to partner with such a great organization. I'd like to take a moment to introduce our panelists today. With us, we have Rocky Malik, and she is the VP of Marketing and Product Development, and Trisha Walcott, who is the Product Manager at Wenger Corporation. Of course, you have Tom and I. You've had us all week, and we continue to roll out with our virtual campaign week. So at this time, I'd like to turn it over to Rocky. And Rocky, we're going to ask you to take yourself off mute and we'll be ready to go. Awesome.
All right, very good. Hopefully you can hear me. All right, thank you, Annette. Hello, everyone. Hello. Trisha and I are very excited to be here today. Our team at Wenger, including both Trisha and I understand how United Way plays an instrumental role in building our community. And we all have been engaged and have been supporting United Way for many years now. So it's truly a privilege for us that Wenger is leading the United Way corporate campaign for Steele County this year. So we'd like to share our agenda.
One moment.
Yep, and I apologize. I just gave Trisha the capability to do that. So now it shouldn't give you that warning slide anymore.
All right.
And while you're pulling that up, I'd be remiss to, I just see that Chastity just joined us. Chastity Christensen is also a part of the Wenger crew. So welcome, Chastity.
Thank you, Annette.
Okay, Rocky, it's all you.
Awesome, very good. Trisha, would you mind moving to the next slide, please? So here's a quick agenda of what we are covering today. So we'll kick it off with a message from our President and CEO, Chris Simpson. He's very passionate about United Way and a great supporter. Then we'll introduce this year's campaign. Trisha will take us through some of our past United Way campaigns that our team has run over the last few years. Trisha will also share the ideas that our team has put together for the campaign for this year. And then we'll move on to sharing some testimonials from our employees and how different agencies supported by United Way are making a difference in their lives. And then we'll close with an ask. So with that said, we'd like to move into our CEO message.
Greetings to everyone. Thanks for joining us today. My name is Chris Simpson, and I am the President and CEO of Wenger Corporation. Our company is honored to have been selected as this year's corporate campaign leader for the annual fundraising drive for the United Way of Steele County. It is a great tradition to see how the role of the corporate campaign leader rotates among the many great companies and organizations that we are blessed to have in Steele County. Now, I'm assuming that most everybody who would be viewing this video knows about Wenger Corporation. But just in case someone is new to the community, I will share the short elevator speech that I tend to provide. We are a privately held leading provider of high quality products and services, serving the music education, the performing arts, and the athletic industries. We were founded here in Owatonna by Harry Wenger, who at the time was the band director at Owatonna High School. Our ownership remains within the Wenger family, as most of our stock is held by Kirsten Johnson and Wendy Wenger-Danke, two of Harry's grandchildren. Today, we have almost 600 employees. We sell our products to customers around the world, and we have 2 manufacturing facilities. The largest is, of course, here in Owatonna, and the other is in Syracuse, New York. And finally, next year, we will be proud to be celebrating our 75th anniversary. One of our core values at Wenger Corporation is to give back to the communities in which we operate. We do this in many ways during the course of a typical year, supporting and raising funds for a wide variety of charitable organizations, from supporting the local food shelf, to hosting blood drives, to even sponsoring a motorcycle rally, which benefits a few different charities. Most of our employees really enjoy participating in these activities, and they are great about volunteering their own personal time in a variety of ways. It truly is part of our corporate culture. However, without a doubt, the largest, the most structured, and the most participative of all of our charitable activities each year is our support of the annual United Way campaign. This will be my 10th campaign that I've been a part of since I joined Wenger back in the fall of 2011. Normally, we kick it off with a large all-employee meeting attended by everyone who works at our Owatonna location. Our team members gather in our shipping area where we introduce the internal theme of that year's fundraising effort. And the event always features some kind of really fun activity that helps to generate excitement. Unfortunately, as everyone knows, that kind of in-person gathering will not be taking place this year. Steele County, along with the rest of the world, continues to battle the challenges of COVID-19. Although the kickoff event won't happen in person, the amount of effort and support will be as significant as ever. After all, the needs of the organizations supported by the United Way of Steele County have never been greater, as they, just like all of us, deal with the realities of the pandemic. Remember that the United Way of Steele County fights for the health, education, and financial stability of every person in Steele County. The United Way is working to create opportunities for a better life for all. You see, everyone has the potential for success. They just need the opportunity to reach for it. Stronger education, a greater income, and better health, those are keys to making a difference in people's lives. And these are important goals of the United Way. The goal for this year's campaign is to raise $800,000 to support 27 local agency programs and 6 partner programs. The 2020 campaign will fund those local programs, and those are programs that help to strengthen families, assist community members to meet their basic needs, to increase access to appropriate health care and affordable prescription medications, to provide seniors and disabled individuals with support to live independent lives, to provide children and youth with the tools they need to succeed in school, and support residents in their efforts to go to work. You see, we all win when a child succeeds in school, when a neighborhood turns around, when families have good health, and when workers have solid jobs. It isn't just about giving money, it is helping people stand on their own. And remember that the funds that are raised through this effort stay right here in Steele County. That's one of the beauties of the United Way. So on behalf of the United Way team and all of the employees of Wenger Corporation, let's come together and let's help create a better future for our community.
All right. Thank you, Tricia. So you heard Chris talk about the need, and these needs are even more real this year. And to support the various needs in Steele County, the goal of this year's campaign is to raise $800,000. This money will fund various agencies that provide support to Steele County in a variety of ways. And these services will help enrich the lives of the community. The three key pillars of United Way are providing opportunities in education, income, and health. These are the fundamental needs of a community. A society can advance and prosper only when the basic needs are taken care of. So moving on to the next slide, I want to share some words from Miriam Beard, which are still so true. The results of philanthropy are beyond calculation. So our dollars that support United Way have many different ways to help the community, our friends, our families, and even ourselves. And our team at Wenger for many years has been an integral part of United Way campaigns. Giving to the society is part of our culture, and that's what Trisha will be sharing in the next few slides.
Thank you, Rocky. Well, I'm excited to tell you a little bit about some of our past campaign events at Wenger, and then we'll talk about what this year looks like during the pandemic. This is my 6th year as part of the internal Wenger campaign. I was once nominated as MC and wasn't able to lose that title, but I actually quite enjoy it. So just some fun events we've done I want to share with you. We usually have this very large kickoff in our shipping dock at Wenger. As Chris mentioned, it includes all of our employees. And we do an event leading up to the kickoff that will make that kickoff enjoyable. So last year, we had a Kentucky Derby themed kickoff event. We were off to the races, and prior to the kickoff, we had employees bid on who they wanted to see in this race. So it's a little bit of a pride factor and a humiliation factor, and then competitive as those who knew they were up for nomination were trying to get the others to take their spot. And we did $1 a nomination, and in the end, these were the 4 ladies that raced. If you can see to the right, there's a picture there. It might be hidden, but it was our winner, Stacy Hansen, who is shown with the crown of roses around her neck. So we did the whole Kentucky Derby theme with the music and the finish line, and they were off. And we were a little nervous being on a concrete floor, but it worked out quite well. Prior to that, our year prior was raising funds under the Big Top, and we had a circus event. So again, leading up to this kickoff, we had executives that were being nominated by their employees with $1 an entry for who was going to get dunked, and then employees were able to dunk their bosses or members of the executive leadership team. We had a lot of fun with that, so much in fact that we ended up repeating it. So this picture is actually 2 years ago. Or excuse me, 3 years ago, and then 2 years ago, we ended up extending it out to unit managers throughout the factory, as well as sales managers, and the employees had a fantastic time dunking all of their leadership members. Prior to that, here's some other fun ones we've done. You can see a theme here of embarrassing our leadership team. So we had a vote for which team member you wanted to see dressed up as an Angry Bird all day, attending meetings and conference calls in full garb. So there we have to the left in the yellow suit is Chris Madigan, who is our Vice President of Sales. And to the right there is Eli Scripture, who is the Director of our Traffic and Installation Department at Wenger. They certainly had a lot of fun with it, but we took plenty of pictures that day. In the middle, you'll see myself and 2 other members of our team. We did a marching band theme, and we marched in to kick off the United Way event. And then the last picture there is just one of our Wenger shootout events. We've done other things like Minute to Win It, Make It Rain for the United Way. We come up with a fun theme, all done by internal team members volunteering their time. And then we try to find a really fun way to kick off 3 weeks of events that happen post this initial kickoff event. In addition, I'm just going to share with you some of the items that happen after that kickoff event. So We have raffle tickets that are sold throughout the week, $1 each, or they can buy 3 for $5 and so on and so forth. And some of the prizes are things that we can just give internally without having to put forth money, like 40 hours of PTO, and that's a whole week. Who doesn't want that? That usually is the grand prize. Prime parking spots, that's essential during the winter time. And then we do have some prizes that we give out, like flat screen TVs, Amazon Echo Dots. You can see there's usually quite a variety. In addition to the special raffles, we do incentive prizes, and these come from our pledge cards. So if an employee pledges at or above the giving level they pledged the year before, they're eligible for different raffle prizes, so incentive prizes. And those consist of different local gift cards, chamber dollars, and again, PTO, which is always the most desirable prize. And at the very bottom here, I'm just showing you a few of our suggested events. These are things we've done. This is just one given year here, where we do dress up days during the United Way kickoff. You know, camel, blaze orange, superhero, rock star, sports jerseys. It's fun to see different departments and different people get really into it and come to work in just the craziest get-ups you could imagine. We also do jeans days, which is great for those of us that work in the office. And we have a silent auction each year. This one is a very big fundraiser for us. We have a bake sale in conjunction with a silent auction. And these auction baskets are put together by the various departments in the organization. All volunteer, all donated of their own money or their own resources. And we have things like the Percheron sleigh rides. We have the Pittman family that works at Wenger, and they donate that, as well as we'll have things like iPads and lottery trees with scratch off tickets. So just a really fun event. It's very tense at the last final minute, the last 5 final minutes of that silent auction, but it creates a really fun competitive day at work. And then just week 3 is all the raffle purchases for those special raffles that you see up above. So what we want to talk about now is, how does 2020 look different than our past years? We know many companies are operating all across the board. There are some that are all in the facility again. There are some that are all working from home. And then there are some that are like us. We're a hybrid model. Most of us that can work from an office are working from our home offices right now, as you can see by my dining room, as well as we have a manufacturing facility. So our staff and operations is in the factory all day, every day, manufacturing products to ship to our customers. So it's important for us to find a good balance between the in-staff crew and those working from home. So we are looking at this a little bit differently. Instead of happening consecutive days in a row or consecutive weeks in a row, we're looking at an option of, what can we do? Maybe we do 2 events in September, 2 in October, and wrap it up early in November. So we are taking a look at what that might look like, considering especially virtual events, they might take a little more time to plan. So our internal team has started working on these events, and these are some of the ideas we've come up with. Having a pizza cook-off contest, having a silent auction online with our baskets, movie night outdoors. We can do both. We have a couple options there. Sorry, excuse me a minute. Okay. We have a movie night outdoors, so we could do, on the side of our building, we have a fantastic canvas that faces the highway, and we've done movies on the hill there before, as well as popcorn and ice cream sundaes, so that's an idea. Or if we want to be more conservative, we could even do movies from our cars in the parking lot. So that's some ways to bring people together. We've talked about doing a pumpkin carving contest from our homes virtually in October. And then some of the other virtual events that have been brought up. So Family Feud would be fantastic with different team members becoming families. I could see marketing and sales, or you get finance and shipping. So just a really fun way to roll out some event ideas. A video scavenger hunt, who can find these items the quickest in their home, or online bingo, that one usually is a hit. As well as we're talking about volunteering in the community, making fleece tie blankets to donate, donating masks, and also bike assembling and delivering to kids. So those are some of the ideas that team members have brought from past events that they've done at other companies and that we are considering doing this year. With that, I'd like to bring you to some testimonials. So as Rocky mentioned, we have several employees that have been affected by the United Way in one way or another, and a few of us would like to share. So this one actually is my own, and I'm going to share this with you. I might go off script a little bit, or I might read it, but I get really excited when I talk about Big Brothers Big Sisters. So I'm going to talk about this one here. So Big Brothers Big Sisters of Steele County is just one of the programs that receives support from the United Way. A little over a year ago, I applied to be a Big at Big Brothers Big Sisters of Steele County. I was matched with an amazing little girl who needed someone in her life to be her special person, giving her some quality time aside from her busy family life, with two parents working from home more than 40 hours a week, as well as a new baby brother at home. So she just really needed someone to give her that one-on-one time that she was so craving. The process for matching is very thorough. There are several interviews. The family had to learn about me and make sure I was a good match for their daughter. And we were paired quite well. Our interests are similar. We developed a fantastic friendship, and we do things like painting. We ride our bikes when the weather's nice, arts and crafts. She loves to bake cupcakes and listen to music. So we do a lot of silly stuff with music and baking. And then I just want to mention that during the pandemic, Big Brothers Big Sisters put together a lot of activities for us to be able to do while social distancing. So during FaceTime event, we had pots to plant of flowers. We had painting activities. We had some really silly animal origami that was geared perfectly toward my match's age, my little's age. And we had a great time with that. So I thought that was just really unique and special that we were still able to connect and have those ongoing relationships during the social distancing. So just to sum that up, the benefit to both the children and adults matched through Big Brothers Big Sisters is immeasurable. I'll turn it over to Rocky now, who will share two of our other employees' testimonials.
Thank you, Tricia. So the next testimonial is from another one of Wenger employees whose child actually benefited from Dolly Parton's Imagination Library. So this is another organization that United Way of Steele County partners with. The Imagination Library provides free access to books. They promote learning and encourage development of reading skills, which we know are very important. So that's one of the examples. Moving on to another one. There we go. So this is another testimonial from one of our employees, and I know it's long, but it's one of those heartfelt testimonials which resonates with me as a mother, and so I'd like to read it to you. And it says, please allow me to start. Many, many moons ago, I was divorced, single mom with a full-time job, working hard to make ends meet. Daycare costs weighed heavily, and high-quality daycare was pretty much out of the question. I could barely afford to have a relative take care of my children. Way back in high school, I worked part-time at WePal's Child Care Center. I knew the director there very well. I loved the program and the benefits it offered the kids. But I also knew financially there was absolutely no way I could afford to have my own children attend there. Needless to say, I stumbled upon the director of WePals one day and expressed to her how I missed the program and the kids, and how I desperately wanted my own children to have the opportunity to go to WePals, along with the very reasons why they could not. A short time later, the director contacted me back with some news that I believe changed the trajectory of my children's lives. A partnering agency of United Way was able to offset the cost of daycare expenses so that my children could go to WePals. I could hardly believe my ears. You cannot imagine the flood of emotion and relief this brought to me as a parent. To this day, it still brings tears in my eyes. I could go to work with confidence that my children were in a great place, being nurtured, loved, stimulated, and learning. The worry was gone, and the future for my kids was bright. The timing and need could not have come at a better time. I always will be eternally grateful for the support of United Way. This, along with 100 other reasons, is why I give to United Way. So this is really a heartfelt testimonial from a mother just like us, many of us here, who could not have imagined this kind of a miracle for her children. And we know we all need miracles. So next one here, I would just like to reiterate the mission statement of United Way, which is to change lives by mobilizing and optimizing the caring power of our community. So last year, if we look at the numbers here, 16,000 individuals in Steele County were served by the support of United Way, which is significant. That's a lot of people that were touched by everything that United Way is doing. And now with the pandemic and economic slowdown, the need of the community is even greater this year. So United Way, which serves as a vehicle to bring us all together to help the people of Steele County that have the greatest need. So with that, moving on to the next slide, I'd like to ask all of us to join us in the campaign this year. And there are a variety of human service agencies such as Workforce Development, Big Brothers, Big Sisters, Free Clinic of Steele County, Crisis Resource Center, just to name a few, that United Way funds that will enable Steele County residents to have better opportunities at education, health, and income. So a lot of good to happen here. And I would leave us with this quote from Howard Zinn that says, "We don't have to engage in grand heroic actions to participate in the process of change. Small acts, when multiplied by millions of people, can transform the world." So there is a lot to be done, and we as an organization can't do it alone. We as an individual cannot do it alone. We as a community have to come together. So let's mobilize the caring power of our community. Let's come together and help create a better future for our community through whatever we can do. And the fact that you're here today means that you care. So we want to thank you for coming, and we want to thank you for caring.
Well, Tricia and Rocky, thank you so much for sharing a little bit on the history of Wenger working together with United Way of Steele County to serve our community. We are absolutely thrilled to have Wenger serving as our corporate campaign leader this year. So thank you so much for your leadership, and we cannot wait to really kick off this campaign working with you. So thank you so much. We also want to thank all of our attendees for joining us all week long for our virtual campaign kickoff. We really hope that you enjoyed hearing more information about the collaborations and the partnership of United Way of Steele County working to serve the education, health, and financial stability needs of our community. So thank you so much for being here. We would encourage everybody to head on over to our website, unitedwaysteelecounty.org. You can find more information of COVID-19 resources. You can even find a link to donate today, or you can text to give. All you need to do is text UWSC 2020 to 91999. Again, one more time, if you text UWSC 2020 to 91999, you can make a gift right now. I'm going to turn it over now to Annette for one final word.
Thank you so much, Tom, and thank you, Rocky and Tricia and Chastity. And thank you all for being here. Oh, and there's our little Peyton. Guess what? Wenger is a family-owned company and supports families, as do we at United Way. So if you guys haven't had an opportunity, we've got pictures of Miss Peyton all over the place. So we welcome to them. But thank you, everybody. Thank you to the attendees today. Thank you for those who'll be watching later on. We so appreciate each and every one of you. And like Rocky said, we're in this together, you guys. Steele County is stronger together. We thank you so much again for joining us today, and we wish you the best. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.